in this video we're going to be making some jewelry display cards. Now, I used some of my own original backgrounds for this project, some of my jelly prints, okay? Essentially, you know what they are? They almost look like art cards for those of us who do mix media and crafting and things like that. But a lot of my jewelry people don't do that sort of thing. So I have to explain it sort of that way because I kind of have two audiences here, I guess you could say, if I could actually talk. So I made some jewelry display cards, and I will show you how they came out. They came out absolutely gorgeous with my original backgrounds on it. So I made the earrings from my new collection coming soon, and maybe by the time you see this video it'll be up in my Etsy shop. So definitely check the link down below, or my website if it's up by then. Check the link down below if it's there. But I made these and they came out absolutely beautiful now. So I thought, well, I really want some really different type of jewelry cards, you know. I want some really fun ones. So I thought, well, why can't I just make my own, right? So I did. And look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, I've seen a few videos on how to make your display cards, okay? And they all are great ideas. But this is sort of the way that I wanted to do them because I thought it looked more original and more interesting, and it made everything, all the colors pop, you know. So I'll go over, you know, everything that I use because I use some different stuff, and then we'll go ahead and jump to the project, okay? Now for this one, this is chipboard. So I stamped it on the back and just kind of signed it because I don't have a stamp just yet. I got to order one. But these are how it came out. So the chipboard was 12 by 12. And I actually did get like 12 cards out of it. Well, 2, 4, 6, 7, I got some more, but they're shorter cards. So I'm going to keep those for something else. But I wanted some kind of long. So I got, you know, I got these from the 12 by 12 deli sheet on a 12 by 12 piece of chipboard. Okay, and I'll show you that. But I just want to show you how they came out because they came out so great, and they're all so different. Like, I love that. Just love it. Love it, love it, love it. They're going to look beautiful inside, you know, in the packaging and everything. So, I got that set. Now, this is cardboard. This is a cardboard set. And what I did was, with this one, this is also a jelly print. And I just tore it up and put it on top of the cardboard. I have to sign it there. Or you can even paint the background, too, if you want. It's up to you. You know, and I just took my little hole puncher here and I punched holes for the earrings like I did on this one. So, see, I just punched the holes in there so they can hang the earrings in there like that, you know. And then this one, here, I'll show you this in a second. So this set, I managed to get 12 cards. They're all about 3 by 4 size. Some are a little smaller. And just a couple are a little bit bigger, but I didn't mind that because some of the earrings are a little smaller and some of the earrings are a little bigger. So having different sizes is okay. So like, see, that's kind of a big one. That's probably a 3.5 by 4.5 size. So you can make them smaller or bigger or however you want. So I managed to get 12 cards out of one 12 by 12 piece of cardboard. Okay. So this is the cardboard that I use. I'll show you that. So I wanted to show you how great they came out. I just love them. See how they're all different, but they're all, you know, they all kind of go together. I'm obsessed with making these now. And I have to do some for necklaces and bracelets too. So these are just earring cards, and this just be for display cards for earrings only in this video. I have to show you some that I did for the necklaces and bracelets in another video, okay? But look at how cool this looks. Like, so cool. And these were jelly prints I was holding on to. I had no idea what I was holding on to them for. I was like, what am I using these for, you know? I went, aha, now I know. You know, so if you are a jewelry designer and you don't know what jelly printing is, I will put a link in the description to some jelly prints that I've done in a live stream, and you can see, you know, the process and everything. So for those of you who aren't familiar what that is, you can go to YouTube and just put in the search bar jelly printing, and a ton of videos comes up. So I just sort of merged the two, you know, mediums, jewelry, and mixed media, kind of, sort of. That's kind of what I did to create these. So, all right, so this is a cool one. So they're all really, really cool, you know, really cool. See how some are a little thinner than others, so I love how those came out. Now these are really cool. I stamped these. See, some of you can just leave, because I thought I had a lot going on this one already. You know, because I did some stenciling over it and everything. So I left it as it was. Like this one had nice layers. This was a deli paper, by the way, that I did jelly printing on. I did jelly printing on it, and I did some stenciling over that. So they had a lot going on already, so I didn't stamp it. And plus it has words and stuff on it, so I thought that was kind of cool. This was just the regular cardboard here. So that's what the back looks like. Well, not that one, but yeah. So this is what the back looks like. Okay, so I managed to get 12 cards, 12 earring cards, display cards out of a 12 by 12 piece of paper. And they all came out so good. So I just went through and stamped them all with different stamps and inks and different things to make them look really, really cool. Like, how unique and cool is that? Like, look at that. That's so cool. So I'm just going to show them to you. I'm going to show them to you. And then I will maybe do one or so. Okay? I just thought they looked so cool. Now you can, you know, I put holes in these just for the earrings, but you can cut a separate piece of paper out with this earring shape on it and just glue it to the paper and glue it on like that if you don't like the two holes in the card. So for this one though, I use this earring punch to make the holes here for the earrings to dangle. I got this at Michael's and it was like $13, and it's by Bead Landing, and I used a coupon on it. So you can find these at some craft stores have it. Michael's was the only one that I found it at. I did not see it at Joann's or Hobby Lobby or any place like that. You can also get them off of Amazon as well. Okay, so I use that to create the holes to hang the earrings on. So like that. All right, so pretty. So this was when I was kind of just experimenting with the size of the card. I made it kind of short. It should have been a little longer, but I still love how it came out. And that was just from one piece that I had. I don't even have a whole sheet of this one. I wish I did because it's so beautiful. It goes perfect with these style of earrings, I think. Right? So that's what I used to punch the hole out in that. But I'll show you that when we get to it, okay? So I just wanted to go over. Oh, let me show you these and then we'll get started on the project here. This is just regular cardstock. Okay, so I have cardstock, cardboard, and chipboard. So I made them with 3 different things because I wasn't sure what I wanted, and I wasn't sure of the sturdiness that I wanted because I wanted to feel different things to see how different things feel. I personally prefer the cardboard, but I didn't have a lot of it. I only had a couple pieces of cardboard. So I tried some cardstock. I layered the jelly print on top of the cardstock and just cut it down. And it's actually pretty cool. It's not as sturdy as the cardboard, but it works perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I did not have any 110-pound 12 by 12 cardstock either because that would have been perfect, I think. And the chipboard worked out great too. So I do like the chipboard and I like the cardboard. Those are my 2 favorites. And then the cardstock is one of my last favorites. But I still like it too. You know, it's useful. So these are gorgeous. I love those. Look at that print. Isn't that gorgeous? And I stamped that with a stamp with some black ink, archival ink. So and they all have different designs, but they're all kind of similar. You know, all very similar. It's just so pretty and so unique. And they'll hold the earrings great. And once you put them inside the package, they'll look really great. All right. It's got these 2. Now, let me say this and we'll get on with the project. I think that if you are going to make either earring, you can make this from earring cards or any kind of display cards you want, like jewelry, any kind of jewelry. Or you can use something similar for, say, a chunky charm or some tassels. So those are my crafter ladies and my crafter folks who make the tassels. They don't really do jewelry, but they make tassels and charms and things like that. You can still do this process as just another step that's going to involve. Like if you were to do this, put this, say, a chunky charm on here or a tassel. You can make these holes bigger with a bigger hole punch. Put a piece of ribbon through here, put the tassel through there, and just tie it in the back. And there you have a great little background for your tassel. So that's another way that you can use these. I just happen to be making jewelry earring cards, so and just, you know, display cards. So that's what I'm making these for. Okay. I hope my explanation was okay. I'm trying to, you know, lay all this out and try to do everything here. So, all right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start and show you what I did. It's pretty easy, guys. I think I'm gonna show you the chipboard. I'm gonna show you the cardboard and the cardstock, and I'll do one for you. Essentially, you're just gonna be collaging. That's all we're doing. Laying it down with some Mod Podge, you know, letting it dry and cutting it up and putting our stuff on it so we can hang our jewelry. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So here's what I made my cards out of. I'll go over what I did. Okay, so here is what they call chipboard. Now I got this at Hobby Lobby. It's really not chipboard, y'all. Now what we think of as chipboard, you know what I mean? It's just heavyweight cardstock. I don't even know why they put it's for the Cricut. I don't know, but I don't have a Cricut, so I just bought it to use in just different projects. So you know, now I'm using it. I got a pack of it. I don't know, at Hobby Lobby or something. I use a coupon. I think you get 25 in a pack or something like that. So it worked out great for the project that I'm using for today, and I really like this. So I might probably get another one just to make some more, because I'm gonna make some ones for necklaces and bracelets. So I got a lot of work to do. So I'm probably gonna go through the pack that I have now. But this is what's called chipboard. Okay, just heavyweight cardstock. So I like this. Now here is some cardboard. I got this one from like a calendar, but the one I made another project on, I got that from the scrapbook.com orders. You know how they send, if you order papers from scrapbook.com, you get like a piece of cardboard kind of like this to keep the papers from bending. You know what I mean? So I love that. I had like 3 or 4 of those and I already used them. So I had to use, you know, try to find some other cardboard that I liked. And this is pretty thin. Okay, now you can use different kinds of cardboard. I used what I had available. I went and searched for some, you know, some other stuff, but I couldn't find it. So I just had to improvise and, you know, use what I had. And that's what you'll have to do if you decide to make your own display cards. I saw one video, somebody used, you know, a mailbox. Somebody, you know, a mailing box. Somebody used a cereal box. So you just use whatever it is that you have. Okay, it's up to you. Because essentially all you're going to just do is collage over this. You're going to tear up your papers and just lay it down with some Mod Podge or whatever your favorite glue is. I use Mod Podge. This is one I use, the matte. I got this at Walmart. I use that. I'm almost out of it. I need some more because I use it a lot. And tear it up and, you know, put it down on here, let it dry, and then you're going to cut it up. Cut it up into little small cards like that. You know, you just lay it down here, just let this be your guide and cut it up. But we'll do that. Okay, I'll just go over that, but I wanted to show you what I used. Now this is just regular old cardstock, 12 by 12. All these are 12 by 12 because you can get 12 cards out of this size. You can use 8.5 by 11, but your card's you're not gonna be able to get that many. I was able to cut it up the right way and get 12 pieces. You can get 8 to 12 pieces out of a 12 by 12 if you cut them right. That's just for earrings, though. That's not for necklaces or bracelets or anything like that. So just be aware of that, okay? So I use these 3 in making this. But again, if you have some regular cardboard handy and available, you can use that. The only issue I had was that my hole punch here for to make my earrings would not go through the cardboard because it was too thick. So I ended up using my other hole punch. This one, my little hand punch. Okay, it'll go through the chipboard and the regular cardstock, but it would not go through the cardboard. So just be aware of that. Now, if you decide you want to make this, you can use this punch on a separate piece of paper, cut out the paper and just glue it on top of the card. You know what I mean? I didn't particularly like that look for myself, but I've seen people do that. So that's an option, okay? Just so if you just don't want to use this and you want just all of your earring cards to look like this, then that's an option. You know, like say if you wanted to just use this, you'd cut this a little piece out, put the hole punch in here, and then cut it out and just glue it to the top of the earring card. So that's always an option, okay? Now we're going to go ahead and jump into our project. I normally do my jelly printing for journals and stuff, but I thought, I wonder how it would look for jewelry cards. I wonder how this would look. You know, normally I would take this piece of paper here
and lay it in a journal for a journal layout, because I'm a mixed media artist as well. And I thought, I wonder if I could make my own jewelry cards. Let's give it an experiment. So I was experimenting like a mad scientist, trying to figure all this stuff out. And I love how everything came out, y'all. I really do. I'm very, very pleased with my backgrounds for my display cards. I'm very pleased. Okay, so if you don't know what that is, you can definitely take a look at the video. The link I'm gonna leave in the description so you can get an idea. Those of you are my jewelry folks who are not artists. Now, if you don't have any backgrounds, like I said, you can use old newspaper, you can use book pages, you can use scrapbooking paper, you can use old junk mail and glue it all together. You can paint over it. What you could do is tear it up, collage it down with some glue, your favorite glue, whatever glue you have. Let it dry, and then, or you can use some matte medium, but that's going in a whole nother direction for mixed media if you're going to paint over it, because the paint has to lay down. And then, have your own background. So, but if you don't want to do all that, just get some old book pages or scrapbook paper, tear it up and glue it down and be done, and cut it up into your size that you want. You ain't got to paint it or anything like that. So there are a few different options to doing this. This is just the option that I wanted because I wanted some original backgrounds. I thought it would look really, really cool for my jewelry. And that's just how great it looks. I think it came out really beautiful. Really beautiful. Oh, here, hold on. Like, look at this one. I don't have any more of this paper because I used it in a journal layout, actually. But I love that paper. It's so beautiful. It goes perfect with these earrings. So, and these are part of my new collection. Okay? For Stephanie Gary Designs. All right. So, yay. Oh, that one's falling off. I do like the holes on this one, though, better. I mean, they're a little big, but I like that. And these work out just fine as well, And once you put it in the packaging, I think it looks really pretty in the packaging, with the original backgrounds. That's just what I think. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into our project. So if you want to go ahead and create with me and craft with me along with me, that would be great. Pull out all your stuff, and you can make whatever you want. If you want to make jewelry, make jewelry. If you want to paint, paint. If you want to do a journal layout, let's do that. You don't have to have all these items to create with me along in this video. Okay.
Here are my jelly prints. So for my ladies who don't do, and my folks who don't do mixed media, this is what a jelly print is. Okay. It's just a background that you create with different paints on a jelly plate. Lay it down, you roll it on, you put the paper down like this, you pull it up, and you come up with a beautiful image. Okay, and I use different papers here. This is deli paper, the stuff they wrap sandwiches in. This is also deli paper, this one. And it's a little bright. I was just kind of experimenting with colors, and I thought, what happens if I put these colors together? This is what happens. And I thought, well, I usually put these, because I am a mixed media artist as well, I usually use something like this in a journal, like a layout background of a journal page. So that's why I kind of made all these, but I thought, well, I can use them for my earring cards as well, right? So I got that one. I think I'm liking this one. So I like that one. I think that one's nice, although it doesn't have a lot of paint on it. So, and then of course I love this one. I love it. It's so bright and pretty and cheery. I just love it. And all these go with my aesthetic. I tend to like bright. I like jewel tones. I like rich tones, things like that, rich, pretty colors. Or this one, I like this one too. I like this one. I don't know. Let me see. I don't know which one. I might do both. I don't know. I just like this one because it has the pink in it, but it has a lot of white in it, so I don't know if I want to use that one. So we're going to be making a few of these. I'm going to be making some for necklaces and bracelets too, so I'll save some of these for those, So here, this is what I did. Now you can tear this up, or you can just lay it down just like this. I tore the other stuff up and just essentially glued it on because I wanted it to lay different ways. But you can do it just like this. I was thinking about tearing it up because I can always add other things to it. See, that fits pretty well. I mean, you may have a little hanging over, but that's essentially how it's gonna look. And I don't want to waste it. So I probably would add something else to this if I did that. You know what I mean? Another piece. Because I have plenty of scraps laying around. Plenty. So those of you who want to do this, you can use... what you can also use if you don't have jelly prints, guys? You can use scrapbook paper, old book pages. You can use old newspapers if you can still find those, old junk mail, all kinds of stuff. You don't have to have jelly prints. I'm just using my original backgrounds. But this can be used, this project can be done with a lot of different things, okay? So don't think you have to have something like this to create what I'm going to show you. You can use your imagination and get creative in your own way, okay? I just really wanted some really cool original backgrounds for my stuff, so. And I happen to make, you know, I happen to be a mixed media artist, so I make my own. Alright, so, I think that's pretty cool. Right, like these two, I think. You know, I like that. So, let me look for my scraps, hold on. So I got a whole bag of little scraps here, so I can add to things, and I mean, I've been using these jelly prints like a lot. I've been using them on cards, y'all. I've been using them. I use these on. Somebody said, "What do you do with all these things?" I'm like, "Well, I can tell you, I got a whole bunch of stuff." So, yes, I do use my jelly prints a lot, and I'm gonna have to make some more too because I'm running out. I got all these scraps. I need some, you know, full pages. But look at all this stuff in here. I can use all this stuff in here. You know what you can also will look really cool if you use old music sheets and just put this all tore it up and put it on there, and you can paint over it and then just cut it up, and that will make some really cute display cards. Really cute, right? So that's another thought. Okay. So I think that I don't know which one I want to use. I like this one. I don't really have any blue. Not too much blue. They both have blue in them. I have pink. You know what? Let's do. How about we switch it? Let's see. Oh, there we go. I like that. I think I like this. It's nice and bright. I don't know if I'm gonna just lay it down or tear it up. Collage it. What y'all think? I don't know. Alright, well, let's tear it up, just for the purpose of the video. Let's tear it up, okay? So we're just going to tear it up and lay it down in, you know, different ways. I like that this paper kind of has a different texture to it. So, like, you know, you can, you know, here, you can lay it out like that, lay it out different ways. Oh, here, I would tear this little white piece off. And I'm going to add another little piece to this too. Okay. So, and I don't mind cracks in it either because I think that it adds interest. So, you can always tear it up and then layer it. You can just tear it up and layer it, essentially, is what you're doing. Yeah. Tear it up and layered it. Oh, like that. Oh, here, I want to keep the straight edges on the straight. That. And then, let's see. So I'm going to pull out some scraps here so I can match with this. It doesn't have to be matchy-matchy. It just, you know, it can, hold on. Let me move that aside. Let's see what we got. Look at all this stuff. I keep all my scraps. I keep all the scraps, guys. Like, you can put some little something like that in there. I have these like little pieces for the cracks. I have black in there. Gray, I don't think that really matches, but hey, you never know. You know? Something like that. So I got all kinds of stuff. I got all kinds of stuff in here. Let me see. Let's see. I got a scrapbook paper in here. I was talking about scrapbook paper, like little pieces like this, I think are cool. I just used in my other one. This is another piece of jelly print. So I save all this stuff, y'all, and I just layer it on. Okay, like that. I don't know if that goes with that, but see, like old book pages. Layer old book pages on there, tear them up, and layer them on there. So, I have this one, look at that, that's really cool. Stuff like this, let's see, just looking through this pile to see if I can add anything else to it, if I need to. Look at this old scrapbook paper. You can definitely do with some old scrapbook paper that you have, if you have any. You know, if you make cards and you have a bunch of cards and stuff laying around, old, you know, paper for cards and stuff. Let's see what this one. Oh, that's okay. Another piece of jelly print that I could probably use. Let's keep that out. So, I'm going to go ahead and start laying my stuff down. I'm just going to lay it down however, because I'm going to cut it up anyway, so it kind of doesn't matter. But I just want it to look really interesting, you know. So I pulled out some other pieces, some just little small pieces I'm going to glue in, you know, to add interest or whatever. So, actually I like this green. This green is kind of cool. What is that? Let me find the other green piece. Where is it? Okay, so I'm going to just start tearing up some pieces here. Probably won't use the black part of this because it doesn't flow with what I'm doing. But I'm definitely going to use it on something else. So yeah. So I'm going to save this piece. Alright. I'll save that. And then I'm just going to start laying it down. Now what I did was, you can use whatever glue you like. Because this is a bigger project, I decided to use my Mod Podge. And this is for paper, matte paper. You can use whatever you want. Okay, if you have a lot of art glitter glue or any kind of PVA glue, it'll work just fine. You know, I'm almost done with this, but it works out great. I got it at Walmart. So I'm just gonna lay down, you know, what I have here, my glue here, so I can glue my piece on. And I just kind of coat the whole thing. It's a pretty simple project, guys. It's just really about collage. But if you are a jewelry artist, you may not know a lot about collage. So, you know, or if you're not a mixed media, if you're a mixed media artist, you may not know about jewelry stuff. So, it's just kind of merging the two, you know, the two mediums, kind of, sort of. My two loves, jewelry making and mixed media art, are my two loves. All right. So, oh wait, hold on. Let's pull it over, make sure it's on the end here. I want to make sure it's on the end. It's kind of even because I am going to cut it up, you know. I'm going to make sure everything looks good. So, yeah. And that's what you're essentially doing, is just, you know, and it dries matte, so there's not a gloss to it. And I just put it on there so it can lay down, you know. And, so yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm putting some of these little pieces on here too, you know, kind of like there. Like, I think that looks kind of cool. If I can get it on there. Hold on. It is a bit of a messy project, just so you know. Tiny bit messy. Okay, and you can always, you know, put some like these little strips, tear it up in little strips, whatever little scraps you have, and do that, because it looks so cool. Like, once, you know, you cut it up and everything, it's gonna look really, really cool. So that's just what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna do another little piece of this since we're on the green over here. So what we're gonna do here, yeah, just lay it down like that. Okay, and just go over it, so make sure it's down. Like I said, dry as clear, so you don't have to worry about it. And then, you know, so it's such a big project. You can always just do it like this on the back as well. Whatever scrapbook paper you have, newspaper, old book pages, you know, whatever paper you want to lay down. Old music notes, you know, from the bookstore, Goodwill. I got a lot of those vintage books from like Goodwill for like $1, $2, you know. So if you're looking for some cool pages, old botanicals, books, you know, stuff like that, you can find that at like the Goodwill or thrift store or something like that. So these are just my original prints because I wanted something kind of bright and cheery. So that's what I wanted to use. Okay. Now I'm going to stick another little piece of paper in there. Now if you have little gaps in there, you can always just layer it with other, you know, other strips of paper. Because it's going to look really cool, I'm telling y'all. If you saw my cards earlier, how great it looked. Like, I would do something like this. Because it has some of the same kind of stuff in it, a little bit. Like, I would put that right there. You say, oh, that looks like a jumbled mess, but when you cut it up, it's going to be fabulous. Trust me on that. Okay. And you have to work fast because this, I don't know, it seems like it dries kind of fast. I don't know, because I didn't mix it with water or anything. I just used it straight out of the bottle, but I guess if you mix it with water, it may not dry as fast. And it might have a little, you know, texture to it if you do it like this. But I like the texture. That's what I want. I don't mind the texture. You know, if it has like little wrinkles and stuff in it, I don't mind that at all. Okay? I don't have a problem with that. Some people might not like that. So you can take, you know, like an old credit card and just go over it. Scrape it over if you want. Just be gentle, because it will take the paper off. Alright, so let's see. Now, we got to figure out, we're going to do our layers here. We got to figure out what we're going to do with our layers here. Oh, here, you know what? I don't like that straight edge. So some of the straight edges, if you don't like them, just tear them off. If you have on, you know, using cardstock or scrapbook paper or newspaper or whatever paper you chose, and it has a straight edge, just tear it off. That's fine. So, alright, I'm just putting a little on the back here. And then just layering it like that. I think that looks really cool already. Very cool. Right? Very cool. I put a little on there. Just to lay it down. Oh, very cool. Make sure that lays down, okay? And then, I'm going to put a piece of this in the middle, like that. That's kind of cool looking. Here, let's put this, let's lay it out first to see how we like it. And then, let's tear that up. So you can tear it up. Or, here, hold on. Let's see. How are we going to do this? We got to add some more stuff in here. Oh, there. Put that in there. Because this is a big old 12 by 12 piece of paper, so you can add as much on here or as little as you want. I love that. I love that. I'll leave that on there like that. And then this, and I'm going to put another little piece down here, and that's it. You know, I'm going to fill in the gaps, and that's it, y'all. That is it. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Lay that down. Okay, so I'm going to get ready to continue to lay this down here. And when I'm done, I will show you the end result. Okay?
Alright guys, so I finished collaging my cardboard here, and I love the way that it came out. Everything you see here is original, all these pieces. I made them all. I had painted them, jelly printed them, stenciled, stamped, everything. So I think it came out really good. So we're going to let it dry. And when we're done, we're going to cut it up and add our holes for our earrings, and we'll be done, okay? So this is going to be a fun project. I hope you're crafting along with me. Definitely don't forget to hit subscribe and give this video a like, a thumbs up, and definitely hit your notification bells to be notified when videos are uploaded, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get on with our project. Okay, guys, so this is the second one I'm going to do. I just was sitting here tearing it up and, you know, doing my layout and everything. However you lay it on here is however you lay it on here, because you're going to cut it up anyway. But I still want it to look really cool, so when I do cut it up, I can have different layers showing, you know. So I love this. I like these different families, color families together. This was another jelly print that I had. I was going to stamp it and stencil it and over all that stuff, but I thought, nah, you know what? I'm just going to tear it up and use it. I thought, well, why not? I should just tear it up and use it, you know. So that's what I'm going to do. I really wanted some of this to incorporate some of this into my piece here, because I think it would look really cool. And then, you know, when you cut it up, it's going to look really awesome. I kind of want to have it kind of layered a little bit. So that's going to look something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down and then, you know, let it dry. And, you know, we'll go cut it up and make our display cards, okay? You're going to put your jewelry inside the package, and it's just sort of a background for your display. You know, it makes your display kind of pop and make it look really nice. Online, mostly, because most of us are not doing any craft fairs or anything like that. So it's going to look really, really good, you know, inside of the packaging. So, yeah, I think so. All right, so let me go ahead and lay this down, and then we'll get on with the video, okay? Okay, guys, so our pieces are dry now. And this is how they came out. I love it. And then this is the cardboard. And then this is the chipboard. Okay, so the chipboard is going to be a little bit easier to cut. I'm going to try to cut the cardboard with the cutter here. But we'll see. This is my Fiskars cutter. And for those of you jewelry ladies who don't do paper crafting, a lot of us in the paper crafting sector and art sector have these on hand to cut our different papers and stuff. So you can get one of these at Michael's or something like that, or Joann's or any of the craft stores with a coupon for not that much. Okay, they come even smaller than this. So if you're a jewelry person and you say, well, I don't really do paper crafting, you can still get like 1/2 the size, well, a little smaller, for like $10 or less. So just want to put that out there, okay? Because I know I have a few different audiences watching me for this project. So I want to make sure I try to include, you know, everyone, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my cards here as a guide. Now, I like these, and I like the bigger ones. But, you know what? I was going to use one of these for necklaces. Now, I know some of you are thinking, gosh, that's such a busy background, but I think it makes the jewelry pop, in my opinion, my jewelry, though. So it just depends on the type of stuff that you have. If your stuff is not very colorful or vibrant, you know, then you may have to do a different background than this. You may have to do something more subtle. Like I said, old book pages works just fine, just because it's a plain background, you know, and you can paint over those if you want. Or, you know, old music note sheets or something like that. You know, you can even do tissue paper and, you know, like lay it down with some glue and stamp over that, if that's what you want to do. I mean, there's a number of different ways you could do this. So this is just the way that I want to do this one today. Okay. So I don't know. I like the size of some of these. Like, I love this size. I've been kind of using that one as a guide. Some of these I love. Like, these are kind of, in my version of plain. Still jazzy though, you know what I mean? So I like that size, because some of my earrings are going to be kind of long. And then I love the size of these. Like these are mostly these are probably 3x4. A few of them are smaller, but for the most part these are all 3.5 by 4.5. That's pretty much the size that most of these are, except these are a little bit small. These might be 3x3, but I like the size of these, so I might go with like, you know, one of these, this size or something for this, because I like that size, and I can get 12 of them out of that. And I'm gonna do a bunch of these, guys. This is just what I have on hand. I'm gonna actually do some more jelly printing, and I'm gonna make a bunch of backgrounds. And then I'm going to just lay it on top of some cardboard and some chipboard and make some necklace displays and some for jewelry and everything. I mean, for necklace and more earrings. Because I have a ton of jewelry. A ton. Like, I have almost over 200 pieces total. Maybe more than that. 250, something like that. So I got a lot of jewelry. So I can make these for days. Days and days. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down. Show you how to cut it down. But then again, let me see. Is this the same size? Oh, they're pretty much the same size. Huh. Okay, I'm just measuring. Make sure. Yeah, they're pretty much the same size. So, yeah, we can go with this one too. Doesn't matter. I thought they were little different sizes, but. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Sorry, but they have the glare. These were done with acrylic paints and stenciling and stamping and a whole bunch of stuff, y'all. So That's why the backgrounds look like that. This was done on deli paper as well. Most of these were deli paper. This was actually rice paper, I think, this part. These little pieces here. Rice paper and deli paper. That's what I did. So I'm going to put this through here, through my cutter. And I'm just going to cut it down to the size I want. This is how I do it. I don't necessarily... You can measure it if you want. This is just easier for me, honestly. If I'm being honest. I line it up. Okay. All right. And then I take this part out. And I just... Uh-oh. It moved. So make sure it's even. And then I just do it like that. And I go over it again, too. So that's how that is going to look. And if you have any excess, you can just take your scissors and cut it down. So see, cuts like that. So let's go. I'm just going to do a few here to show you. So in case there are some people out there who aren't familiar. And then I do the same thing with this. I just measure it the size I want, whatever size you want. You can cut it with scissors too. For those of you who are great with cutting scissors, I just find this to be easier for me. I always have my cutter handy because, you know, I do paper crafts and artwork and stuff like that. So my cutter is always out, my paper cutter. So let's take this out. And just because this is thick, it's a thick material, you know. And then there you go. And like I said, you can always cut this off, this additional off. And if you have any paper left hanging over, you can cut it off as well. Okay, and then you can ink this up and stamp it again if you want. So there you go. That's your earring card. It's technically an art card too, for those of you who do art cards. So you can double duty. You can have your art cards and you have your display cards. But isn't that cute? Look how cute that is. That's so cute. So let's put a pair of earrings in here. Oh, wait, you know what? Okay, wait, hold up. Let's finish cutting the rest of them down. Let's make sure it's the size we want. So yes, that's the size we want. So just use the one you just cut as a guide. Or you can use that one, you know, this one as well, the one you made before, as a guide to cut down the rest of them. You should be able to get 12 cards out of a 12 by 12 piece of paper. Or cardboard, 12 by 12. So, if you cut it properly. Okay. And they have guillotine cutters as well. I have one of those. I just have to dig it out. But yeah. So here we cut that off. And look at that. We have ourselves some cute little earring cards. Hey. So I might trim this one down just a little bit. And maybe put another little piece of paper on to cover that up. But that's it. They're all cool. They're all so cool. Look at that. Very vibrant and cool, right? So I did that. Now... I just wanted to show you how I did that, okay? I'm going to do the rest later. Here's what we're going to do. Okay. Oh, here. It's just a tiny bit. Okay, guys, so I cut everything down. I cut them all down. So this is what we have here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we get 12 cards out of 1 12 by 12. And they're gorgeous. I love them. I love them, love them, love them. Now, this, again, may be a lot for some people, but for me, it's perfect. It goes perfect with my line, with what I design. So when you make yours, you make them go with your aesthetic, okay? Everybody has a different aesthetic. This happens to be my aesthetic. And I absolutely love how they came out. See, these are my personal backgrounds. I painted these, hand painted these, hand stamped these, everything. From scratch, I made these. So I love them. I love them, love them, love them. Okay. So that's that one. I'm just going to go through quickly and show you how cool they look. So you see how they look just real different, like with all the layered collage pieces on here. Really cool. You know, see how cool that looks. Almost kind of has not really a graffiti look, but I don't know. It just has a really cool look to it. I just love them. And they have texture, which is what I wanted. You know, really cute. I love that. And if you have something hanging over or a little piece hanging off, just put a little glue down there and let it dry, and then just cut it off with your scissor. So yeah, I love these. Love, love, love. Okay, so that's that one. And I like that they all look a little different. You know what I mean? They don't all look the same. And you say, well, why would I go to all this work? You know, they're just going to throw it away anyway. It's like, well, that's probably true, but I still wanted them to look fabulous in the packaging because, honey, your presentation is everything, okay? So, and wasn't really that hard to create. It really isn't. These backgrounds I have had for a few months now, and I didn't even know what I was going to do with them. I thought they were a little too bright to put in a journal, and I kept thinking, oh, I don't really know if I want them in a journal, so what am I going to do with them? Well, now I figured out a way to do with them, so that's just a tip, okay? So if you have a background, if you paint or something and you want to just save them, and you can make your own jewelry display cards or your own, like if you make chunky charms or tassel charms or something like that, you can make your own display cards from that. So now here's the second one that I cut up with the deli paper on the chipboard. This one's chipboard. This one's cardboard. Like I told you, I prefer the cardboard personally better. I just like the sturdiness of it, but I don't have that much of it, so you know, I had to use what I had. So the chipboard was my next favorite. And then, of course, the paper cardstock. Okay. So use what you have. Okay. But it came out good. It's good enough for a pair of earrings. So I have this one. This is how they look. Really cool. Somebody do it like that. Like that looks so cool, right? Look at that. Beautiful. Really pretty. Really pretty. Just so unique, so cool, and it's going to look beautiful in packaging. I'm going to package up a couple, and then I'm going to show it to you, okay? Just so you can get an idea of what they look like. Look at that. Textured, has vibrance, it's unique, it's beautiful, you know? So, very cool. Very, very cool. I know I keep saying that, but it is. Okay. So, now, here's what we're going to do. Okay. So for the chipboard, I can use my punch. Okay, this is the earring punch, and this is what the hole kind of holds the punches out like that, right? Some people don't like it because they say it's too big, but it works okay. It works fine for me. But I cannot get the cardboard through the punch. It's too thick, so we're going to have to use our hole punch for that. Okay, so you can choose your hole punch according to whatever size hole you want. I have one that's this size and bigger. I think this is a 1 inch. I want to say it's a 1 inch, y'all, but don't quote me on that. I have one that's like a 1 1/4 inch, 1 1/2. I don't know, however size they go, but they go, you know, small to bigger. But I thought that the smaller holes would work better for the earrings, for the dangles, kind of like this. Okay, see how that looks? That's beautiful with just 2 holes up there. Okay, so I am going to use the punch for this one, for the chipboard heavyweight cardstock. I know I keep saying chipboard because that's what it said, y'all. I told y'all earlier. It's not chipboard. It's more like heavyweight cardstock than I would for the cardboard. Okay, so what I did was to make life easier for yourself. I really just took this, slipped it in here, and I tried to make it kind of even. Okay, it's kind of even. I pulled it out just a little bit, so it looks like that, right? And then you punch the holes in it, and there you go. Done and done. Okay, so, you know, you'll have a little bit of room at the bottom for your earrings. Now, you can go higher, of course, if you want. And then if you want to, you can just pull these 2 in like this to have your earrings hang. So you can have them like that. You see that? How I did that? But I like them both. Either way, I'll see, you know, which earrings I put on here, which way it looks best. So I'm going to do that stack for this one. But for the cardboard, here's what I did. Honestly, this is what I did because it was a little hard for me to line them up because I couldn't see it. So I just took one of these and I went through with my hole punch. Okay, and then I went right, oh, well, hold on, let me turn it around. All right, so I went right over to see that first hole. I don't know if you can see that. It's the first hole. I just lined it up in there. and did it like that. Okay. And however you want your holes, wherever you want them to be, that's what I would just do. Line them up like that. Right in there. Let's kind of use it as this is a guide. And see, this one's still great. And now look at that. I got 2 holes in there. So let's take these out. All right. We're going to test drive this. There you go. You have now some beautiful earring cards. Earring display cards. Look at that. Gorgeous. They probably could have been a little higher, but that's okay. Because you're going to stick them in, your wrapping and everything anyway. So, and then if you have a stamp up here with your, your name or your design name or whatever, you can put it up here across there or whatever you want to do. I love that. I love it. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. So that's how you make your own jewelry display cards. All right. All right. So I'm going to finish this off. Meanwhile, if you have any questions or comments regarding this video, you let me know. Leave them below and I'll answer them and get back to you. And definitely check all the links down in the description box, okay? And the links to my Facebook and my Instagram as well, okay? All right. I just love how these came out. They're so beautiful and unique. Oh, and you know what? One more thing before we go. Let me package these so I can see how it looks, okay? Okay, guys. So I pulled out my little clear bags. These are what I really use for my paper crafting, but they double as jewelry bags too. I got these at Hobby Lobby, I think. Get 25 bags. I'd probably need a couple packs of these. So I can probably get them off, Amazon or whatever, because you tend to need a lot of them during jewelry. But I put them inside of the little packaging, and look how pretty. When you sell it or gift it, look at how pretty that looks. Beautiful. And of course, you can always add other things to this as well. You can add your label up here, on the bag or whatever you want to do. Okay. So I just wanted to show you guys that. It's so beautiful. Came out so beautiful. Packaged beautifully, right? Gorgeous. I know there's a glare. I'm sorry. Okay, guys. So that's it. And I thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or comments regarding this video, leave me a message below and I'll answer it and get back to you. And definitely check all the links down in the description box. Links to my Etsy shop, my Instagram, and my Facebook. Okay. And I thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Ciao.